Hey guys, welcome to the Losers match, part of Arena MSL Round of 32 Group H. Kwanro versus Yellow, and Yellow, man, he put up such a good fight against Flash. I still cannot believe that Yellow ended up losing that. Looks like he's going to start at the 5 o'clock position in Yellow. Kwanro is going to be starting at the 2 o'clock position. Appropriate color there for Yellow. Of course, fake Yellow, arnc, and he looks devastated. Absolutely, I would have just dropped my keyboard and left the arena. Hopefully his confidence won't be so shattered here, though, that he just can't play against Kwanro. This is a 3-player map. There's also an expansion in the 11 o'clock position, so expect to see some pretty standard Zerg versus Zerg here. Really quick, go check out Greth at sc2gg.com. If you visit any StarCraft website, he's trying to compile a list of who's involved where, what their function is, things like that, just to kind of get a map out of the community at large right now. So, and I think that's more so sc2gg can help assist other websites in the future, things like that, how we can basically knit the community together so we're big one solid front for StarCraft 2 and for other purposes. Also check out Mr. Bitter and JWD, and also the commentary of the week vote is up. It's really close, and there's some controversy in it because Best versus Flash came up late. So, and there's some people that want to change their vote. I'm not sure if Moletrap's going to put up another poll, an additional poll, to try to even things out, but we'll see. Looks like we're going to see a 9 pool from Yellow, and we're seeing some sort of Overlord build from Kwanro, most likely a 12 pool, which will put him at a superior economic advantage. Although, oftentimes when you see that speed Zergling, and no, actually, I take that back. It looks like Kwanro's going to bring out this Zergling, this drone, and he's going to build a hatchery at his secondary, which is absolute suicide oftentimes in Zerg versus Zerg. I cannot believe he's doing this. Perhaps he forgot who he's playing. Perhaps he does not realize he is in fact playing Yellow. That is a Zerg opponent. Once his Overlord gets there, he's going to have to realize, though, that, wait a minute, this is Yellow, and maybe he's hoping for a 12 hatch, but once he sees that pool and that gas being harvested, there's no way he can really continue with this build. Looks like we're going to see a straight, either speed Zerglings and then straight to layer, maybe just straight layer from Yellow in the meantime. Kwanro going to be behind either way between tech and speed Zerglings. He's just not going to have anything to handle that. So maybe he'll be able to get... No, actually, it looks like he canceled that and brought it back. I just think that's crazy. Now the Zerglings are pushed out for Yellow. Kwanro's going to have a hard time fighting this off regardless because he basically went for that, and it looks like, yeah, that, as you can see, the drone coming back into his base. So he's going to be behind on resources, and he's going to have to, as you can see, get that sunken colony in his back lines. Just now harvesting gas. Yellow is so far ahead as far as the gas count goes. His spawning pool is not even up yet. He's going to have a hard time winning this, keeping alive in this game within the first 4 minutes. I'm not sure what was going through Kwanro's head right there. I think he should be better Zerg versus Zerg, honestly, simply because he's just so good with Zerglings. Now the Zergling's already going to get into his base. He still has not finished that Sunken Colony yet. Sunken Colony is still, wow, going to lose some drones at the very least, and I don't know how he's expecting to win this match. Wow. Yeah, drones completely breached. And Kwanro, Zerg versus Zerg is such a precise matchup. I honestly think he's already behind and most likely going to lose this match, basically because of just posturing with that early hatchery. As you can see, Zergling's pushing up, going to be taking out drones right there, and I think Kwanro is going to get knocked out right here. Now, actually, Yellow's going to back out. It looks like he did go for the speed Zergling, so that's at least some sort of boon here for Kwanro, and Kwanro, in the meantime, teching to layer additionally. But those Zerglings still in his base, still doing harassment, and his economy's been disrupted, and that's all it really takes is a little bit of economic disruption. He's continuing to have to produce Zerglings in his own base to kind of counter Yellow Zerglings that are just running around rampant, as you can see, just going end around. This is exactly what you want to do with that speed Zergling attack. As you can see, he's trying to focus on that gas. Layer is already up for Yellow. Layer is not up for Kwanro, and this looks like it is a significant time difference here between these two layers, so he is going to be able to get Mulusks inside Kwanro's base. I'm not sure Kwanro is going to be able to fight it off. We'll see if he decides to put up an evolution chamber to try to stem the tide here. More Zerglings being produced alongside, but I really feel like this is in Yellow's hands. Very effective. If Kwanro comes back from this, it would be absolutely amazing. And now he knows, as you can see, he's creating that kind of funnel. He knows he's ahead as far as Spire Tech goes. He knows he's economically ahead, so he's just going to bring those Zerglings underneath and make sure he doesn't have to worry about it. Spire now going up for Kwanro, but that is about 300 hit points behind, which is a significant time difference. Maybe he'll be able to use some incredible micromanagement to hold this off, but honestly, I seriously doubt it. He'll at least maybe be able to pull his Overlord off or something. Now you can see Kwanro trying to suicide down. Yellow anticipating it, had those Zerglings on the contain underneath. And in that position, you were not going to be able to break through. So Yellow Yellow now has a higher Zergling count, and 2 Zerglings from up above. Looks like they were just lying in wait to continue an assault on the drone line, going in and getting another 2 drone kills. And it's such a close, precise little thing in Zerg versus Zerg. I don't think Kwanro can pull this off. And it looks like the Zergling's going to pull an end around and go for some more drones. No, Kwanro is going to bring those drones back. Didn't want to commit with that the Zergling attack. I'm sorry, I keep calling drones Zerglings, Zerglings drones at the moment here. Another long day here. It looks like he is going to be at least able to stop the breach there of those Zerglings starting to push in. Now he's going to go in for an attack, but I just don't think it's going to... Yellow's already in position around that Sun Colony, and Kwanro already looking like he's out of this game. It looks like he's going to get dropped out of the MSL, which is disappointing for me because I really like watching Kwanro play. Although I have to admit, this selection of maps not very advantageous for him. Usually Blue Storm is the better map set. And now those Mutalisks are out, and it's going to be a bit before we're going to see Mutalisks from Kwanro to really deal with that. At the very least, he's going to have to produce... It looks like he does have a Spire up, so I guess Yellow was delayed a little bit, having to produce some Zerglings of his own. But we'll probably see Scourges on the opposite side from Kwanro, and when it becomes Scourge versus Mutalisk in the air at this level, it can, yeah, as you can see, the Scourge is being produced there. Just to drive that off, it just becomes such a bad situation. You just end up already in a deficit, and it's just so hard to get back. I really have to say, I'm not going to say that this game is completely over, that Yellow has definitively won, because obviously anything can happen here, but Kwanro in a fairly sizable gap in my opinion. As you can see, he's only got 3 Zerglings now compared to this larger Zergling force that's pushing in. He still might be able to hold this off just because he's Kwanro there, but now he's got a Mulus produced and more Zerglings starting to pour in. I expect to see a GG right here from Kwanro. He's just not going to be able to stop these Zerglings from just devastating his drone lines. He's only got the 2 Mutalisks overhead, and in the moment we're going to see Yellow pulling out more Mutalisks around side to just finish off the job. Still some Scourge out in the air, surprisingly. I expected those to actually be taken care of by a little bit of micromanagement, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Being pulled back. We'll see if an Overlord actually goes down. No,